got one on either side of your head. You got one on either side of your head. All right, we're just gonna wait for Pomp now. Hey, Dr. Ball.
We're not playing during conferral, right?
Correct. Guys, a reminder, this one starts with the drum roll. Somebody last night when you played it, somebody in the band went, "Woo."
Have it up?
Yes.
F.
Once the B, F letter B,
Yeah.
it's just basically B, B, F, F, B, B.
I could probably start there and then scroll it up.
Yeah, that should be alright. Hopefully, right. Yeah, it should be.
Ring?
Yeah, somebody calls. Yeah.
Lose it. Oh, wow. Do you have it on vibrate?
It's all, yeah, all the alerts are off. Yeah, no, but I mean, they're like O Magnums is from my library, but all I have are copies. But I think I've got one with everything. And if not, I know where it's from. This actually isn't bad. I expected to change it all the way on the form of graduate. See, American only do one ceremony, and we do it at the arena. And the entire floor, so all of the ice, is filled with graduates.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a long ceremony, but it's only one. And the band doesn't have to play anything except fanfare and it does take me all. Well, I mean, we've done it for it's like this, except it's only one ceremony. It doesn't start quite so. But then you have to just come out and get into the arena and all your stuff. Well, how about the traffic? I think that's probably why. So we'll take the rest. Ready? Here we go.
No? Please welcome the faculty, professor emeriti, and administrators of East Stroudsburg University. Please welcome the candidates for undergraduate degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences, the candidates for the undergraduate degrees in the College of Education, and the candidates for undergraduate degrees in the University College. Ladies and gentlemen, the East Stroudsburg University Grand Marshal, President of the University Senate, and Professor and Chair of the Department of Physics, Dr. Robert Cohen. Ladies and gentlemen, the honored platform guests. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2016-2017 Legislative Fellow, State Representative Karen Bobak. Ladies and gentlemen, our keynote speaker, Dr. Robert Naismith. Ladies and gentlemen, President of East.
Today we pause to celebrate you, our newest graduates, and your significant academic achievements. Would those assembled now please stand for the singing of the national anthem led by ESU senior Sophia Thompson and accompanied by the East Stroudsburg University Commencement Band under the direction of Mr. Vincent LaRusso. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Sophia. Please be seated. Commencement is a very special day for you, our graduates, for your families and loved ones, and for our entire campus community. There are moments to be treasured in the life of a university, and this is one of them. Today, we gather in this place illuminated by the light of your success. All of us, family, friends, faculty, staff, enjoy the glow of your achievement. It gives us great pleasure to celebrate your triumph today, and we do so with the same shameless pride families take in the accomplishments of one of their own. East Stroudsburg University takes great pride in its 124-year heritage. Today, as we focus on our incredible graduates, we also recognize those who share their accomplishments. Will the faculty and professional staff with us this morning please rise, and everyone please join me in showing our appreciation for these dedicated mentors and teachers. Thank you so much. Please be seated. Now, please join me as we recognize those who have made possible the achievements of today's graduates, and I ask that you hold your applause until everyone is standing. First, would the mothers and fathers of our graduates please rise and remain standing? Hold your applause. Would the brothers and sisters, spouses, partners, sons, and daughters of the graduates also rise and remain standing? Now, will the grandparents, great-grandparents, and grandchildren of the graduates also please rise and remain standing? And now would the aunts, uncles, friends, and all others who have helped make this day possible and are here to share in this special moment, please rise. And I ask you graduates to stand, rise, and face your families and give them the ovation they deserve. Thank you all for your support of our students. At this time, I would like to introduce members of the platform party, and again, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. And when I call your name or university affiliation, please stand and remain standing. First, we have members of the East Stroudsburg University Council of Trustees. Our legislative fellow, State Representative Karen Boback. Our commencement speaker, Dr. Robert W. Naismith. Our undergraduate student commencement speaker, Ms. Kelly Bahada. Members of President's Council, academic deans, Vice President of ESU Student Senate, Ms. Keisha Kaufman. President of the ESU Alumni Association Board of Directors, Mr. Frank Johnson, and our Grand Marshal, President of the University Senate and Professor and Chair of the Department of Physics, Dr. Robert Cohen. Thank you all. Mr. Pat Ross is the chair of ESU's Council of Trustees and has been a member since 1996, previously serving as vice chair and secretary. Mr. Ross is an alumnus of ESU and a retired educator from the Bethlehem Area School District. As a symbol of his tireless support of this institution, Mr. Ross recently received the Conrad Skip Educas Service Award for his significant contributions to ESU. Trustee Ross also has been an active member of the local community, including serving on many boards of directors and committees in the region. It is my pleasure to ask Chairman Pat Ross to bring you greetings from the Council of Trustees.
You can save your applause to the end. And if the lights go out, I memorize my speech so I can keep talking. Good morning, President Welch, fellow trustees, distinguished platform guests, faculty, graduating students, family, and friends. I'm delighted to be here today with you to share in this most joyous celebration. Today is a day of celebration as well as reflection on your years at ESU. I can say with confidence that many of you out there are thinking, wow, where did all this time go? Seems like yesterday I was just sitting here for orientation. For those of you who transferred from other colleges and universities, that time went by even quicker. And then there are the others who chose to finish their degree on their own schedule because of life. And we're so proud that you're here today. Appreciate your journey of how you got here, along with your fellow graduates, and where you will continue to go. Every one of you has your own story with struggles, challenges, and successes, but today you all have one thing in common. You're all graduates and will become a proud member, proud alumni of our Warrior family. As you sit here today, I know that the uncertainty of the real world is a scary thing for many of us and you to consider. But remember, anything is possible for you as a graduate of ESU. In today's technology, you can Google for an answer, you can Google for a mate, you can Google for a career, you can Google for almost anything, but you cannot Google your future. You have a choice in your future. You can either be a passive victim of the present circumstances, or you can be active, seize the opportunity, and make a difference. Secure a future for yourselves. How do you make that difference? You become active. Do not sit back and let things go as they are now because we know it's not working as well as it could. Be positive. Be open-minded. Listen. Research everything before you make up your mind. And especially be compassionate in what you believe. But even more important, have compassion for the people that you disagree with. Be able to compromise with them in order to make things better. By learning how to compromise, you will be able to help move things forward. Look at the big picture to see how to improve the situation to help everyone. We can master anything and everything if we want to. But in order to implement this, we have to use common sense. In conclusion, always believe in yourself. Do not let others define who you are. Be bold and courageous. Use your imagination and creativity. Maintain your integrity. And finally, a quote from Winston Churchill: "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." And there are a few students that I would like to mention today, especially Miriam, who served on the Council of Trustees and did an outstanding job representing you, the students of ESU. She did that carrying a full schedule, graduating magna cum laude. I even have a hard time saying it. And she's been an asset to ESU. And also Nick Bourne. Nick, every social function I went to, Nick was carrying a full load, but he was there working for Aramark, and I'm sure will be an outstanding success. So again, congratulations and the best of luck for the Council of Trustees of East Stroudsburg University, and thank you for choosing us for your undergraduate degree. You can also come here for your master's, and as of last night, your doctorate. Thank you very much.
It is now my distinct honor to call upon Pennsylvania State Representative Karen Boback, ESU's 2016-2017 Legislative Fellow, to offer greetings. Representative Boback.
Good morning, and thank you, Dr. Welch. As a lifelong student, former educator, professor, and parent, I'm thrilled to be with you today to mark such a substantial moment in your life's journey. As the 2017 Legislative Fellow for East Stroudsburg University, I have had the opportunity to speak with many of you as students, with administrators, faculty, and staff over the past few months, and I have been thoroughly impressed with the caliber of the people that I have encountered here on this fine campus. It has been a wonderful experience to learn more about the workings of East Stroudsburg University and the workings of the institution per se. I feel very privileged to have had this opportunity. Today, I congratulate all our students on this milestone. Earning a college degree takes patience, hard work, persistence, and even enthusiasm. I'm sure there were times when you might have thought about quitting, giving up, but instead you persevered and you're here today. Your being here is a testament to the commitment of your goal. In many ways, today's celebration may feel like the end of one journey, and it is the end of one journey, but the beginning of a lifelong journey that will continue ad infinitum. In many ways, This is something you know, but you will continue to learn and grow as you pass through life's path. With your degree in hand, you are now powered and prepared to take on the opportunities and challenges that will inevitably come your way as you take the next step in pursuing your career. Although it's been a few years, I remember what it was like to be in your shoes. I remember starting out and how invigorated I was. In my mind, I was going to change my world for the better. And looking back, in many ways, I did, and you will too. I want to remind you that you have the support of your professors, your fellow classmates, and as you make your way in this world, the bonds that you have forged here at East Stroudsburg are special and true, and these connections will serve with you throughout the years. Please keep your parents, friends, and family members in mind on this special day. They have been pulling for you, and I know they are very proud. Commencement is always a joyous milestone, not only for the graduating student, but for everyone who has nurtured you, mentored you, and cherished you. You will hear numerous pieces of advice over the coming days, and I encourage you to remember your roots, the words of your professors, and most importantly, why you pursued this degree that you earned. You are prepared to take the next step, and I'm sincerely excited for all the future holds for each and every one of you. As a state representative, I commit to you that I will continue to keep you and the challenges you face in the forefront of my mind as I serve in Harrisburg. Our state is facing many difficulties, but based on all the enthusiasm and smiles I see in front of me, I have confidence in our future. Today should be a time for reflection and celebration, and I'm very pleased to play a small part in today's ceremonies. I want to thank you, congratulate you, and leave you with a few precious words that my husband and I instilled in our own children. Reach for the moon, and you will be sure to catch a star. God bless, and thank you for having me here.
Thank you, Representative Bobeck. ESU has a recent tradition of having an undergraduate student commencement speaker, and this morning, our speaker is Ms. Kelly Bahada. Ms. Bahada came to ESU as a transfer student her sophomore year and completed her degree in 3 years. She will be receiving her bachelor's degree in communication studies this morning. She interned in the Office of University Relations and worked as a public relations assistant in the Office of Economic Development and Entrepreneurship. Ms. Bahada also served as the president of ESU's chapter of Public Relations Student Society America, and this past January was the student co-chair of the Big Reveal, where our new Warrior mascot was introduced to our campus community. Ladies and gentlemen, my roommate, Ms. Kelly Bahada.
Good morning, distinguished faculty, mentors, family, friends, mom and dad, and members of the graduating class of 2017. Hakuna Matata, no worries. Who could have known that a movie with a singing meerkat would go on to influence catchphrases on t-shirts and my own personal outlook on life? I am sure many of us here, parents and family members included, remember watching that movie over and over again. The film not only ingrained catchy songs and phrases into our heads, but taught us that the journey is worth the risk. College is not all smooth sailing. You may stumble at times, and some of the lessons are difficult to learn, like learning that you have to take a 7 to 9 final the night before graduation, but the value of education is always worth it. Now, graduates, you survived finals and turned in those last papers, so go ahead, take a look around, and soak in this moment. We did it. Think back on your journey. What brought you here? The road each of us traveled to get to East Stroudsburg University and to graduation today has been different for each and every one of us. Our undergraduate journey may be ending today, but our academic stories did not start here. My own collegiate journey did not start here at East Stroudsburg University. I transferred here in the middle of my sophomore year. I wanted to be a warrior so badly, I was willing to face the Pocono Mountain winter instead of waiting until the fall to move in. I did this because from the very moment I stepped on campus for accepted transfer day, I immediately felt at home. But as I said, this is not where my academic story started. It did not start at my first college either, or even at my first day of preschool. My story, my educational pursuits, started in a small village in Gondar, Ethiopia. I am the daughter of an immigrant. My father came to the United States when he was 15 years old. He worked hard to learn English and receive his high school diploma in 3 years. As a child, I was never satisfied with this though, because he never went to kindergarten, or 5th grade, or freshman year of high school. And if I had to go through all that schooling, my dad did also. So when I came home from school, I would teach my dad what I learned that day. He never stopped me. He never told me he had already learned how to calculate what 24 plus 68 equaled, or that he had learned how we won the Revolutionary War. Instead, he always reminded me that I was going to school not only for myself, but for him and all of our family back in Ethiopia. As I grew older, I held this message in my heart, but I expanded it. I did not go to school for just myself or my family, but instead I studied hard for everyone who does not have access to the same education I have had the privilege of pursuing. With my Hakuna Matata mantra in mind, I accepted the risks, the opportunities, and today I accept this diploma for that 15-year-old boy that made the decision to say goodbye to his homeland and make the journey to America. Now, enough about me. I want you to think about what brought you to this moment. What challenges did you overcome? What were some of your greatest achievements? And yes, resisting the urge to make another Wawa run does count as an achievement. Who influenced you and supported your educational pursuits? Take a look around you. Locate your friends, family, professors, mentors, and take a moment to reflect. Each person in this room had some sort of influence on your journey here at East Stroudsburg University. Our experiences have been and will continue to be only limited by not trying. By show of hands, how many of you are graduating today with a degree different from the major that you came in? How many of you are transfer students? For how many of you was this the first time that you were living away from home? What were the chances that you took while you were here? Not including to see how late you can sleep in and still make it to class on time. Each of you sitting here today should be proud of yourselves for the chances that you took and taking advantage of all the opportunities we have had here at East Stroudsburg University. This moment as we sit here as soon-to-be graduates may not even feel real yet to some of us, but this is where our stories intersect, the final page in our college years chapter. We are all authors, Even for those of you who'd rather see a math problem for an assignment over a paper any day, you're a writer too. In fact, we have all been authors our whole lives, and each of us holds our very own story. The story of the chemistry student that is now off to graduate school, the story of the education major that has been planning how they will decorate their classroom and design their lesson plans, the story of the international student that has enriched our campus by showing us a different culture and pointing out all the weird things that Americans do. The story of those of us that are still coming off the caffeine high of finals week, or those of us that enjoyed the past few days as people packed up and left for home and we were finally able to claim that parking space on campus we always wanted. We are now preparing to start the next chapter of our lives. The time we spent at East Stroudsburg University will launch our futures and influence our stories for years to come. What will your next chapter be? Will it be a master's program? Will it be spent in another country? Will it be getting that job that you've been dreaming of since freshman year? You are ready. Feel confident going forward in all your dreams and aspirations. I know with the time we spent at East Stroudsburg University, with the dedication our professors have put forth in preparing us, with the friendships we developed, and with all the lessons we have been able to learn by attending a diverse university, that we are ready. We are ready to pursue our dreams. We are ready to make a positive impact on the world. We are all ready to pen the first sentence in the next chapter of our lives. We arrived at East Stroudsburg University as very different people, but we are leaving as intertwined paragraphs in a story of success. So, fellow warriors, I am excited to see the next chapters you go forth and write. You are limited by only not trying. Take chances, explore the world. Hakuna Matata. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2017.
I think everyone in this room will agree with me. We have awesome ESU students, and Kelly is one of them, so thank you, Kelly. And just a little aside about the Wawa joke, for those of you who don't know, it can be a blizzard on this campus, and you can't see 2 feet in front of you, and those kids still are walking across the circle to Wawa, so it's their home away from home. Each time I stand before a class on the brink of graduation, a favorite moment is the introduction of the commencement speaker, who has the capacity to offer encouragement, challenge young minds, ignite new ideas, and offer insight as to what comes next. Today, this is especially true. Dr. Robert Naismith is no stranger to the commencement scene here at ESU, where he earned both his bachelor's and master's degrees in biology. He also holds a PhD in genetics from Penn State University. Dr. Naismith began his academic career as a tenured professor at Pennsylvania State University and also served as an expert member of the Society of Toxicology and is either a full-time or part-time faculty member at the School of Medicine at Case Western Reserve University, the University of Scranton, and the Geisinger Commonwealth School of Medicine. As an entrepreneur, Dr. Naismith was the founder of Panorama, the predecessor to the Pennsylvania Cable Network, or PCN, Pharmacon Research International Incorporated, which is an international preclinical contract research organization, Biofor Incorporated, a biopharmaceutical company where he served as president and chief executive officer, and EdMed Securities, an investment bank serving the life science industry. Dr. Naismith also served as chair and director of Microcap Fund and managing director of healthcare at Bluestone Capital Partners in New York. Dr. Naismith has served as a member of many illustrious private and public boards, as well as being founding member and past chairman of the board of the Commonwealth Medical College before it merged with Geisinger Health Systems. Dr. Naismith has received numerous awards, is a member of several honor societies, Societies and is a 32-degree Mason and a member of the Scottish Rite. Currently, Dr. Naismith is chair and co-founder of Jujama Incorporated, a company that provides customized mobile and web applications for conferences and meetings. Please join me in welcoming your commencement speaker and our ESU alum, Dr. Robert Naismith.
Thank you, Dr. Welsh, for that kind invitation. I'm glad I didn't do more. You would have been here longer. But honored members of the stage party, faculty, parents, and relatives, it's an honor and a privilege as an ESU graduate to be able to be the keynote speaker today at commencement. It's great to be back to East Stroudsburg. Let me just clear the air because I've already been asked. Yes, my name is Naismith. Yes, this is a basketball court. And yes, I'm related to the inventor of basketball. But let me also assure you that I was cut from the 8th grade basketball team, so it didn't do me any good. I was so impressed recently when President Walsh and Mr. Santora gave me a tour of the Business Enterprise Center. I can assure you that the campus is so much different than when I was a student. In fact, before I parked my car, I took a quick tour through to see if Linden Hall was still here, because that's where I met my future wife. It was just opened the year before I left. In fact, this building was opened the year after I left, so that sort of dates me. Now, it's interesting about Linden Hall. I remember having to have her back in the dorm by 7 o'clock, and she couldn't wear Bermuda shorts on campus. So you see, I think things have changed since that time. Now, as I said, I was most impressed with the Business Accelerator, and it makes a clear statement that East Stroudsburg University is committed to being a leader in innovation and promoting economic opportunity. My plan today is to be brief and to give you some examples of my journey in life that I think apply to you. You've heard some wonderful thoughts by Kelly, but I would just like to augment that a bit if I could. What I'm going to tell you matters to all of you. Regardless of your major, what you've studied, what field you're in, where you work, where you're going to work, whether you're going to work for yourself, you're going to have your own business, these examples apply to you. So what is the message? What are the messages? What are the examples that I want to provide? Well, the first one is you have to understand you're going to have to change. You've had a pretty structured life up until today. But now, as you go out into the real world, you're going to find out that things aren't necessarily so structured. Today, it's a digital world. It's driven by technology, and technology will create an ever-changing world. I think the thing that is best evidence that you're going to change is that a recent LinkedIn study indicated that the millennial generation, on average, will have 4 jobs in the first decade out of college. That's clear evidence that you're going to constantly be having to think about your next move and how you're going to improve yourself. Clearly, things change, and it's going to be unavoidable that you don't have to make those changes. Well, a little bit about you, and I think I want to begin with Seuss, who said, "Today you are you, that's truer than true. There's no one alive that's youer than you." And you really are what's going to make the difference going forward. You're going to make your parents proud, you're going to make your family proud, but most of all, you have to do it. As you go forward, where you went to school, what were your grades, these things no longer matter. You matter. Everything else is behind you. It's a fresh start in life today. So how did I get to East Stroudsburg State College? Notice the difference? 2 weeks after my 7th birthday, my sister woke me and said, "Daddy died." Well, that left my mother with 2 small children to raise. 5 years later, my sister went to the State Teachers College at East Stroudsburg and majored in biology. 5 years after my sister, I went to the East Stroudsburg State College and I majored in biology. So that's why I was here. Now, at the time, Dr. Grady Moore was the head of the science department. And the biology building is also named after Grady today. I'm sure many of you are aware of that. He had seen me in the fall, and he always called me Robert. He said, Robert, what are you going to do when you graduate? Because we have some teaching assistantships we've just been approved for, and I'd like you to take one. Well, I was going to graduate in January, and I thought that was a marvelous idea. Now, Dr. Moore was a humble and a nice man and had a remarkable background. He got his PhD from the University of Texas under the study of the Nobel laureate Herman J. Muller, who got the Nobel Prize in 1946 for explaining how mutation or genetic change can change an organism. Muller studied under Thomas Hunt Morgan, who got the Nobel Prize in 1933 for describing how chromosomes, the role chromosomes play in heredity. So you see, Grady Moore, not only did he have an enormous pedigree in genetics, but he also was right in the middle of major discoveries that were happening in the 30s and 40s. So you see, Grady Moore, with his enormous pedigree in genetics, I saw his stature and I saw it as a great opportunity. And I think that's one of the things that each of you have to be aware of. You don't know when great opportunity or when opportunity is going to strike, but you can see it. When you see it, take it and figure it out later. That's not original for me, that's Richard Branson from Virgin Air. So if you see an opportunity, take it and figure out how you're going to fulfill it later. Well, literally, Grady Moore was giving me a second chance. I had graduated after 3.5 years, and when I graduated, I had a serious girlfriend. I was a biology major and an average student, and I thought to myself, with all the uncertainties, what is my life going to have? Where am I going to go? Well, Dr. Moore answered that question for me. He gave me the opportunity for that assistantship. So when you have an opportunity in life, I urge you to always aim high. In fact, if you aim high and you miss the target, you won't shoot yourself in the leg. So it's now 18 months later, I'm finished that assistantship, and I'm thinking, starting all over again. I'm now married to that serious girlfriend, and I'm still married to her, incidentally. And as I'm walking out of the science building, I happen to look to the right as I'm going through the door, and I see on the bulletin board a poster about an assistant professor at the new community college in Beaver County. And I thought to myself, my goodness, would I have an opportunity to be an assistant professor at my age? I mean, I just finished this master's degree. And I thought, as I just told you, the idea is to aim high, shoot high. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to make that call. So I went in and I got the number off the bulletin board, and then I had to find a phone. Now, there was only one phone in the science building at that time, and there was a coffee shop across the street called Buck's, and to use that phone to call Pittsburgh, you had to have a pocket full of quarters. So that's what I did. I called Pittsburgh and had a wonderful interview, went out for an interview, and 2 weeks later I was hired. At 22 years of age, I was fortunate enough to be an assistant professor and putting together a brand new community college's biology department. Now, I can tell you the way I did that was what I learned here at East Stroudsburg. It's very difficult to impress upon you how the years that you've spent here, and it's not the building that you're in or the beautiful campus that you're on or the business accelerator, it's these faculty that have impacted your life in a way you'll never know. I suspect Grady Moore never knew about the impact he had on my life. But here I am, assistant professor, and I realized that if I'm going to be an academic, I'm going to be at a disadvantage. It was a good salary, a great job, comfortable life, but if I wanted to remain in academics, I thought that I would need a terminal degree. So after 8 months, I resigned that position and I moved to State College to study for a PhD in genetics. You see, Grady Moore from East Stroudsburg University was still influencing my life. The idea is to make yourself valuable, and that's something I've tried to do as I've gone through life. So there were a couple instances where I think I absolutely improved making myself more valuable. Well, 3 years later, after going to State College, now what? I have a PhD, and I had two choices, either a postdoc at Cornell or to join the faculty at Penn State. And Penn State had 3 assistant professorships open, and I said to myself, that's where I'm going to go. Now, which campus would I choose? I'm in State College in this wonderful research-intensive environment, and there's an opening at the Scranton campus. Now, why would I have gone and taken my wife to the Scranton campus? Well, for two reasons. First of all, I wanted to make a difference. And a campus with 1,200 students, I really felt that I could make a difference in their lives. When you're in the middle of that big enterprise called University Park State College, I could have made a difference, but it may have taken me 20 years. I was too impatient to wait for 20 years, and so we went to Scranton. There's a second reason I went to Scranton. My wife was part of a wonderful family, and I can tell you, graduates, that your family are an important part of your support group. They're going to share in your joys, they're going to share in your successes, and they're going to share in your disappointments. And believe me, there'll be many disappointments along the way, but family is there to support you. So I chose Scranton because of family and because I wanted to make a difference. Now, what about the transition to business? You've heard the names of the companies that Dr. Welch so eloquently listed. My first move out of academics was to preclinical research. Now, why would I have done that? Well, I got a call one day from a small laboratory that asked me if I knew anything about how a new drug could interact with DNA and cause cancer or a birth defect. And I didn't know how a drug could interact with DNA, but I thought, you know, there's an opportunity. I want to learn more about this. Well, within 5 years, well, not only was I a genetic toxicologist, which I didn't know what it was when I began, but I had a very successful company with 40 very eminent genetic toxicologists on the staff with a global reputation. From there, I transitioned to rational drug design. I thought to myself, gee, if we can test other people's drugs for safety, why not discover some of our own? So I licensed some software from Case Western Reserve University, and we began, and I didn't know anything about structure activity. In fact, I didn't do very well in organic chemistry, but I got through it. But what I was able to do was, again, be successful in that business. From there, I pivoted to Wall Street and investment banking, and then finally ending up when there was a big crash. The lights went out for our company on 9/11. There was a bang. That was the end of the investment banking business for a few years. So I said to my daughter, who is now my partner and has been my partner for 19 years, and that's the wonderful thing about being in business. You can choose who you work with. So after the 19 years, gee, I just lost my thought. That's a senior moment. And then I finally ended up in the mobile app and conference business, and there's a reason for that. Now, what was the key to my success in making these brash, bold transitions? I mean, these are not just simple moves. It's all about people and purpose and human capital. I told you about those 40 scientists I had at that first company, hiring the right people, rewarding and motivating them to succeed. Now, one other thing about Scranton, all of those companies were headquartered in Scranton, and I think there's a very important lesson for each one of the graduates. It doesn't matter where you are as long as you create value. You don't have to be in Boston or New York or Silicon Valley. Scranton, Topeka, or Timbuktu are just fine. In fact, East Stroudsburg would be a wonderful place and take advantage of that business accelerator. So go where you choose to go and create opportunity when you go there. In fact, Dr. Seuss also reminded us of that when he said, you have brains in your head and feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. And that's good advice. You go where you want to go, but when you go there, the idea is to create value. Now, one of the questions you're probably asking, are you smart enough? Is it aptitude that is going to make you successful? Let me put that to rest. Geneticists have been studying that for a century. Is it the environment? Is it heredity? Is it nature? Is it nurture? I can assure you that each one of you graduates are smart enough, but what you need is a big dose of ambition, hard work, and attitude. Attitude and hard work can outrun any deficit in aptitude. So rest assured you're smart enough. Well, I hope now I want to tell you a little bit about how you start a business, and then we'll finish it up. There are two parts of starting a business. One is the idea or the product, and the second is getting out to sell it. That's execution. Now, the idea, obviously is what's key, and good ideas always find financial support. So and where do you go with that idea? Well, you then go and you have to market it. And the internet puts the world at your fingertips. Truly remarkable. That smartphone that you have in your pocket or your hand has 1.2 billion people connected to it. But more importantly, the internet to reach the customer. I think Shark Tank is a wonderful example of the simple ideas that people have leveraged into significant businesses. Where do they reach their audience? They reach their audience on the internet. Now, why would you start a business? Besides earning the money, the sense of satisfaction, the reward of building something, being in control, and employing people that will allow them the opportunity to express their God-given talents. A quick example about that idea. That idea doesn't have to be original. That idea just, you have to be good. And a quick example is the Honest Shave Company. In 2011, a person began a company called the Honest Shave Company. He successfully raised $10 million from venture capitalists, and he wasn't going anywhere. He then did a viral video that described the shaving process. I can't use the description of the video, but it's worth, if you look at the Honest Shave Company, it's really entertaining. He had 23 million views of that video. His website crashed, he sold out. Before he sold the company last year to Unilever for $1 billion, he had raised $160 million for that Honest Shave Company. So you see the idea, you don't have to be a Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was original. He invented the Apple computer, he invented the iPhone, he invented the iPad, he invented the smartphone. Thomas Edison was original. But today what you have to do is you have to be good. So I hope my life story will make you see that your life can be anything you want it to be. You can go anywhere, you can do anything, grab at opportunities, and figure it out as you go along. Nobody knows where you're headed, you just go do it. So in my closing thoughts, today is your fresh start in this journey called life. Remember, your grades or where you went to school no longer matter. You matter. You're the entity that's going to make a difference. Be prepared to change. In fact, you're going to have to change in order to survive. The technology that's coming at you in this digital world is too fast and too furious that you have no choice, or you're going to be passed by. Embrace technology. Use it, practice it, use it to create opportunity for yourself as you go through this digital world. Value family and the support and structure they offer. You're going to need that. Be a nice person. Be empathetic and compassionate. Do things that are legal, ethical, and moral. Anything you do, keep those three things in mind: legal, ethical, and moral. In fact, write a thank you note after you have an interview, or write a thank you note to someone that's done something nice. Read for know-how, read for inspiration, and read for pleasure. And as the chairman of the board just mentioned, you can Google it if you choose not to read. Today you have the wonderful benefit of podcasts. They really can educate you. Whatever path you choose in life, work hard, work smart, and you'll get lucky. Good things will happen to you. So let's close with Seuss. Today is the day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Thank you.
Dr. Naismith, on behalf of the university community, thank you for your remarks, your words of wisdom, and it is great to have you back on campus. You are always welcome here. Thank you. A couple things before we confer degrees. Number one, the power may go off again. Evidently, PPL is having a problem, and our people are trying to switch us from automatic to manual at our substation. If it goes off, it will come back on again, so let's stay in our seats. And then also before conferring of degrees, I want to take a moment to recognize our veterans who are graduating today and ask them to stand. So you stay standing. Okay, one more thing. I also want to recognize, so you can stay standing, and I also want to recognize members of our armed forces, the men and women on active duty, those in reserve units, all of the veterans in the audience today who have served in defense of this country. Will you all stand? Thank you. I think this shows how thankful we are for your service. Thank you so much. As the graduates process across the stage, I do want to call your attention. Many of them were honor cords and honor stoles. There is one special one, the students wearing the burgundy colored stoles with honor on one side and ESU on the other. These are students from the ESU Honors Program. They have requirements beyond those of their majors, including a rigorous 18-semester-hour honors curriculum, an honors seminar, and an honors thesis, and all with a minimum quality grade point average of 3.0 in their honors work and 3.3 overall QPA. The accomplishments of these students should be noted. So would the students of the honors program now please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Now, to begin the formal conferring of degrees ceremony, I would like to call upon Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Joe Bruno.
Thank you, President Welsh. I am both honored and pleased to begin the conferral of ESU degrees to our graduates today. And so, will the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Education, and the University College please stand? President Welsh, I present the candidates for conferring of the baccalaureate degrees. These candidates have satisfied all curriculum requirements and academic standards established for these degrees by the faculty of the university. Upon the recommendations of the deans and faculty of the aforementioned colleges, I certify that pending completion of requirements, they are ready to receive their appropriate degrees.
The Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, the deans of the aforementioned colleges, and the faculty have certified that you have fulfilled all the requirements for the degree awarded in your field of study and are qualified to have that degree conferred upon you. Therefore, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Council of Trustees of East Stroudsburg University, the Board of Governors of the Pennsylvania State System of Higher Education, and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby confer upon you the recommended degree with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities, and honors pertaining thereunto. Will the graduates please be seated?
Dr. Peter Hawks, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, will now present the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees within his college.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Barry, Dean of the College of Education. Dr. Hawks just had to step off of stage, but he did give me the honor of bringing forth his college. So will the marshals please direct the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees in the College of Arts and Science to the platform for the awarding of their diplomas. When you return to your seating row, you may be seated.
Lauren Aliberto. Vincent Eric Forsell. Andrew W. Grant. Jamila Rosa Mathis. Amanda Rose Amodeo. Abigail Cruz, magna cum laude. Jeffrey Yorty Shapcott. Morgan K. Weisbach. Edward Andrew Bevan. Kelly Yelenish Bahata. Kaylee Alexandra Barron. Francine Angeli Barrett, cum laude. Nondi Burton. Shireen Randall. David Anthony Borges. Taylor Lee Campfield. Lottie M. Castronova. Bethany Irene Cunningham, cum laude. Emily T. Fitzsimmons, magna cum laude. Lauren Alexis Green, cum laude. Carrie Elizabeth Mulcahy, magna cum laude. Ian Thomas Allen. Tyler B. Ekman. William Charles Sablinski, sum cum laude. Keith S. Torregrossa. Delano Ronald Turnipseed, magna cum laude. Rachel M. Colella. Fabiana Marie Coleman. Menatala R. El Said. Edward Joseph Flood. Victoria Marie Fox. Amber Marie Jadis, sum cum laude. Caitlin Marie Johnson. Kayla Maria Keating. Joseph Krachevel. Abby Elizabeth Kruger, magna cum laude. Ashlyn Regine Lopez, cum laude. Amy Lothian. Anthony Mazzella, cum laude. Zachary Evan Novak. Crystal Jane Pegura. Michelle Lynn Ratka, magna cum laude. Caitlin Michelle Romick, cum laude. Tiffany Elizabeth Salmons. Michael Paul Sampson. Maria Palumbo Sasan. Alexis Serrano. Kevin J. Shockley. Andrew J. Spina. Adriana Margarita Torres. Stephanie Michelle Vera. Anthony Michael Washington. Kirsten Lee Whitcomb. Alexandra Renee Bender, cum laude. Jenny Bront, summa cum laude. Rebecca Grace Canales. Avis Blair Collins. Kathleen Elise Kramer, magna cum laude. Michael J. O'Brien. Catherine Ellis Passmore, magna cum laude. Brooke Elizabeth Reeder. Nia Janae Scott. Lauren Michaela Shook, summa cum laude. Miranda Marie Trippus, summa cum laude. Brianna Wortman. Audrey Ann C. Bryan. Rafael Cordero, magna cum laude. George Downs III, cum laude. Luke Richard Gardner, cum laude. Christopher M. Graham. Michelle Lee Hennelly, cum laude. Elaine Letke, summa cum laude. Alexandra Diane Letke, cum laude. Stephanie Claire Letke, summa cum laude. James Charles Ozinski, summa cum laude. Francis Paul Panico IV. Singlar. Nicholas Michael Singlar. Kimberly Ann Riley, magna cum laude. Anna Kate Underwood, magna cum laude. Destiny Amber Labar. James Salvatore Verzico. Christine Renee Conaway. Joseph Maurice Carr. Christian Cologne. Justine Marie DeVivo. Samantha R. Henderson. Lillian Ashley Granger. Ryan Tarot Lassane. Alexander Mark Parise, magna cum laude. Brian Francis Russell. Sarah Maria Chicola, cum laude. Amanda Jane Fry. Veronica Sari Hernandez. Teresa Law, magna cum laude. Samantha Lynn Zarger. James Joseph Baker Jr. Joseph Charles Orlando, summa cum laude. Grace Catherine Stianice, magna cum laude. William Anthony Barretto. Travis Justin Brewer. Brianna Cherie Shell. Asia Marie Burnett. Luis Angel Feliciano. Dontel Maurice Ducksworth. Destiny Deshawn Washington. Sophia Grace Thompson, magna cum laude. Razul R. Amro. Raisa Anthony. Danielle Louise Ard, summa cum laude. Christina Arvello. Allison Ray Aversa. Johan Angelo Barrios. Loria Barraget. Iori, sorry. Nalin Deepakumar Dardawala. Andrew De La Mata. Christopher James Holland. Jacob Cole James. Is that Julia? Mariam Julia, summa cum laude. Christian Joseph Bajkovitz. Eric S. Jonuskajevich, summa cum laude. Rebecca Sue Kaspersky, summa cum laude. John J. Lang. Mary Schmidt. Rachel Sean. Kayla Nicole Buckstein. Buckstein? Lauren Elizabeth Cregan. Rachel Elizabeth Liguri. Nicole Ashley Luza. Allison Nicole Lorimer. Amanda Lee Spatola. Brian Christopher Giancola. Casey Leanne Dolan. Lauren Rachel Fisher. Jennifer Lauer. Alexa Lauren Ozorowski. Bradley Thomas Mikesel. Mark Adam McLean, cum laude. Gianelli Maria Ortiz, magna cum laude. Priscilla Aretha Payne. Alexandra Lee Peters. Samantha Lee Pelletier, magna cum laude. Melanie Rose Quain. Lindsay Ann Rogers. Okay. Taylor Marie Schreckengoss, summa cum laude. Tori Lynn Snow. Melanie Rosalia Silvestrini, magna cum laude. Alyssa Ruth Simeone, cum laude. Tommy Sao. Shakima Stevens. James Frederick Tobish. Monawar Karim Abulaba. Abubakar Beg. Danielle Marie Prestafilippo, summa cum laude. Nicole Doreen Miller. Sylvia Ann Navarrete. Sienna Ashley Ennis. Jameson Loman Cole, magna cum laude. Philip Anthony Reinhardt, cum laude. Joshua J. Brewster. Colin G. Burke. Colin? Okay. John A. Klein. Sammy A. Hamid. Brandon Antonio Hidalgo, magna cum laude. Jonathan Stephen Horn. Austin Matthew Klunk. Chase K. Kyle, magna cum laude. Andy O'Malley. Ryan Matthew Paskowski. Justin Xavier Raymond. Joshua John Rizzo, magna cum laude. Sorry? Rogan. Michael Joseph Rogan. Angeli Shelat. Nicholas C. Totero. Hello. Thomas Michael Kusick. Adam James Drace Gensler. Charles David LaSala. Marquise Ramar Simmons. Kevin Lewis Smith. Tyler Dean Wilkinson. Valerie Ann Ackerman. Frank Nicholas Arnold. Michael Christopher Bassett. Julio Beltran. Samuel A. Bermudez. Ryan David Beer. Zachary John Carley. Jordan Dean Clark. William Henry Cook, magna cum laude. Claire M. Crown. Daigle. Olivia R. Daigle. Michael De Jesus. Keisha Elani Kobni. Cody Francis Delfino. Laurent Casimir Duclair. Carla Janelle Dutt. Samuel Falcone. Christopher Patrick Floor. Andre Jarrell Franklin. Fritchie. David Ryan Fritchie, summa cum laude. Vincent M. Gargano. Brian Alexander Gonzalez, cum laude. Garino. James Vincent Garino. Zachary R. Heinlein. Holub? Holub. Brandon Lewis Hollup. Brian M. Ianati. Brianna. Allison M. James. Colin Charles Karahuta. Kuczynski. Margaret Kuczynski, magna cum laude. Corey Lee Levine. Ashley Morgan McCabe. Ian Patrick McLaughlin. Bryce Cullen McMichael, magna cum laude. Timothy Joseph Merkel. Brianna? Brianna L. Meshko. Jenna Lee Moore, cum laude. Megan Marie Morris. Jacqueline? Morose. Okay. Jacqueline Nicole Morose, magna cum laude. Jamie Lee Narvarez. Grace Marie Orbine.
My last name is Pannell.
Okay. Shayla Janae Pannell. Alexander Clay Peterson. Emily Rose Pietrangelo. Chandrea Pygat. Sky Pope. Ibn S. Rab. Julissa Marie Santiago. Megan Selena Serrano. Priya Laura Sanyal. Dominique Sparacio. Anthony Thomas Danitis Jr. Douglas Leon Strickland Jr. Isabella del Carmen Teada. Christopher Michael Troxel. Ryan Ooch. Emily Williams. Morgan Elise Wise.
Hello.
Samantha Jane Wood. Daniel James Rhodes. Molly Ann Kerrigan. Allison Barbara Chatburn, cum laude. Trudy Vandeveer. Kelsey Lee Coggle. Leah Nicole Mitchell. Garrett Lee Hassong. McGonigal. Yeah. Ryan Patrick McGonigal. Okay. Ali Rose Sicciano. Angela Christine Capalbo. Cody Kirk Hines, cum laude. Leiterer? Letterer. Alec William Letterer. Curtis Frederick Lodi. Melnick? Michael John Melnick. Regal or Regal? Regal. Okay. Suzanne Margaret Regal. Elizabeth A. Romberger. Justin Benjamin Killian. Tahira Abdul Hadi. Deidre Nicole Jefferson. Gertrude Bosibori Kibanjendi. Nicole Diane Parasi, magna cum laude. Carly Marie Monto. Is it Nicole Demetrio. Alexandra Demetrio. Amanda Marie Ciccone, cum laude. Ashley Maria Coe, magna cum laude. Kara N. Bugoki, magna cum laude. Sherry Lynn Marie Shane. Catherine Jean Louise Bohm. Margaret Catherine Chase, cum laude. Tezjan Raif Mustafa. Stacy Marie Hetrick. Hope E. Wicks. Peter James Ganjemi, magna cum laude. Maggie Lynn O'Grady. Caitlin Elizabeth Holmes. Lily Pays Schuster. Jared Andrew Graybart. DiRienzo, yeah. Jennifer M. DiRienzo. Nicole Elizabeth Rosenberg. Danielle Lisa Santa Paola. Gina Rosemarie Santini, summa cum laude. Tara Elizabeth Urban. Airline Lene Perrier. Alan Anthony Smith. Ashley Jean McDivitt. Okay. Evan Charles Lemke. Samantha Rose Riley. Paige Christina Lucic. Franklin Delano Roth III. Kyla Lynn Bernhauser. Donovan Courtney Winkler. Keith Young Smith. Anna Joyce Corona, cum laude. Tony Ann McErlin, cum laude. Larissa Sue Laquasto. Agatha Kopacik, summa cum laude. Ikra Mahmood, summa cum laude. Ryan Michael Flannery, summa cum laude. Abigail Elizabeth Hawk, magna cum laude. Teresa Jane Gehring, magna cum laude. Michelle Catherine McDonald. Jordan Davis Ellison, cum laude. Shauna Lee Brofsky. Jerica Jem Velasquez. Angelina Adrian Salmons. Rebecca Kusovic. Maribel Cardona. Jeremy S. Wassel. Okay. Carissa Refsnader. Aaron R. Rubendahl. Austin Raymond Vroom Tobiah. Kyla Aspen Ross Riley. Amanda Nicole Persichetti. Sarah Charlene Moore. Brianna Joan Mastriani, summa cum laude. Teresa Michelle Escal, cum laude. Logia. Jordan Marie Logia. Brianna Lee Moore. Rebecca Lynn Collett, magna cum laude. Richard Joseph Letts. Okay. Michelle Rose Coughlin, magna cum laude. Corey Ann Cook. Shaniqua S. Ziegler. Jessica Marie Peters. Roverana? Okay. Haley Maya Roverana, summa cum laude. Melinda? Melinda Ann Galka. Corinne Leanne Cole. Caitlin Marie Plunkett. Gabrielle Ann Brusha. Dana Lynn Davanzo, cum laude. Samantha Susan Loria. Nicholas Joel Romero. Tara Marie King, magna cum laude. Kayla Marie Neske, magna cum laude. Laura Christine Coppola. Miranda Nicole Zinn, magna cum laude. Christine Ortega. Susan Kelly Hodge, magna cum laude. Aislinn Jarena. Kimberly Odessa Pickens. Kevin Shane Day.
would like to introduce Dr. Terry Berry,
Dean of the College of Education, who will present the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees within his college.
Will the marshals please direct the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees in the College of Education to the platform for the awarding of their diplomas. When you return to your seating row, you may be seated.
Vincent Michael Marinoni. Knight. Okay. Miasha Knight. Rachel Lynn Hornack, summa cum laude. Elizabeth Ashton Holliger, summa cum laude. June Elizabeth Holden. Lacey Marie Haldeman, summa cum laude. Talene M. Gockberg, cum laude. Brittany Marie Gelmine. Bianca Pereira de Souza, cum laude. Lindsay Page Del Piano, cum laude. Yadira A. de Jesus, summa cum laude. Kristen Cassiani. Maria Nicole Cali, magna cum laude. Casey Bridges, magna cum laude. Carly Blazinski. Dana M. Barrett, magna cum laude. Okay. Marissa Jane Kavaki, magna cum laude. Caitlin Nicole Lassard. Faith Elizabeth Apolloni. Felicia. Amelia Ann Felicia. Molly Elizabeth Kuhn. Kelly Louise Lemming. Kimberly Ann Meyer. Stephen Palladino. Taylor Elizabeth Pachero, summa cum laude. Michaela Ann Salo. Emily Grace Urlich, cum laude. Rachel Amy Yen. Yeah. Jason Allen Stives, cum laude. Ricky Lynn Russell. Alexandra Richies. Nicole A. Mazaki, magna cum laude. Samantha Rose Markin. Tess Alyssa Edwards, magna cum laude. Catherine Jeans Donovan, cum laude. Diorio? Yes. Teresa Noel Diorio, cum laude. Nancy Lynn Di Grazzanio. Avery Marie Day, magna cum laude. Alexis Lynn Charles. Caviwallo? Yep. Catherine Caviwallo, cum laude. Jessica L. Caruso, cum laude. Erin Joanne Burns, cum laude. Anthony D. Brinkley, cum laude. Amanda Nicole Arancio. Blake Catherine Smith, cum laude. Jamie Dolores Webb. Elizabeth Rose Wasdyke. Caitlin Joy Hausiel, cum laude. Hennig? Carly Patricia Hennig. Angela Marie Curry, magna cum laude. Lance Sudin, cum laude. Hannah M. Gombos, cum laude. Alexa Barbara Ann Travora. Tyler Michael Svedik, summa cum laude. Stromera? Caitlin Barbara Stromera, summa cum laude. Sanfratello? Gina Marie Sanfratello, cum laude. Lindsay Victoria Resigno, cum laude. Plus. Megan Joanna Pless, summa cum laude. Darby Irene Owen, magna cum laude. Shea Alexandra Neal, magna cum laude. Morgan Patrice McCarthy, cum laude. Mather? Mather. Chelsea Jean Mather, magna cum laude. Marissa Ann Manley, magna cum laude. Andrew Thomas King. Kazokas? Danielle Elizabeth Kazokas, magna cum laude. Taylor Lynn Gardner, summa cum laude. Kathleen Evans. Hannah Rebecca Cyphers, summa cum laude. Mocha. Okay. Cassandra Lynn Mocha. Megan Ackerman, magna cum laude. Ryan W. Berry. Kayla Diane Lore, magna cum laude. Colleen Burke.
I would like to introduce Dr. Thomas Tower, Dean of the University College, who will present the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees within his college. Dr. Tower.
Will the marshals please direct the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees in the University College to the platform for the awarding of their diplomas. When you return to your seating row, you may be seated.
Kelly Lauren Baker. Megan Catherine Fury. Brendan Christopher Griffin. Jessica Lee Lepre. Emily Ann Umphris.
Each senior class is characterized by those students who contribute to the life of this academic community in the areas of leadership and service. Dr. Doreen Tobin, Vice President for Student Affairs, will announce the graduating recipients of the 2017 University Service Award. Dr. Tobin.
Good morning and congratulations to this. Good morning and congratulations, now that the mic is on, to all of our graduating seniors. Today I have the privilege of presenting one of the highest student life awards given to members of the graduating class. It is conferred upon outstanding students who have dedicated many hours beyond their classroom learning to lead and serve in co-curricular and community service endeavors. To acknowledge today's recipient, an engraved name plaque will be installed on the Senior Walk, which is located at the College Circle on the front of campus. Each year's recipients are leaders and servants who have achieved excellence in organizations, activities, and committee service to which they've dedicated themselves. Throughout this person's time at ESU, this biology major has been active in not one, not two, but many campus organizations and university-wide committees. In fact, her involvement is so diverse, it's hard to name all the organizations. She's been involved in the African American Student Alliance, now the Black Student Union, National Society for Leadership and Success, Chemistry Club, university bands, and Student Senate, just to name a few. Just this weekend, I spoke with her and I said, how many things are you actually involved in, actively involved in? And she said 15. I was a little blown away. Our recipient is also a member of the women's soccer team and has served on the Student Athlete Advisory Council, and she's been one of the student representatives to the Intercollegiate Athletic Committee. She's also been active in providing service to the community through Relay for Life and the Challenger Sports Association. Members of the university community have remarked she has proposed future events that will enhance a student-athlete experience on this campus like no other. She's always been willing to volunteer her service and assume a leadership role, and there goes an example of our best. Our award recipient in her application stated, "Since my very first day as a warrior, I made it my goal to leave a legacy of positive change, and ESU has given me countless opportunities for extracurricular involvement, service to the community, and commitment to the university. It's one thing to be offered opportunities, it's another to take them up, and I took them up with passion. I constantly looked and took the initiative to see what could be improved and how ESU could ultimately become a better place." Yes, Alyssa, it's time to come forward. I'm pleased to announce that this year's recipient of the East Stroudsburg University Service Award is Alyssa Simeone.
I would now like to introduce someone who once sat where you are sitting, Mr. Frank Johnson, President of the ESU Alumni Association Board of Directors. Mr. Johnson received his bachelor's degree in health and physical education in 1974 and taught health and physical education 35 of his 37 years at East Stroudsburg Area School District. During his tenure, he served as department chair for 20 years, coached basketball for over 25 years, and baseball for 10. Mr. Johnson has also been cooperating teacher for ESU student teachers for 33 years. His dedication to education, sports, and ESU has made him a great leader for the Alumni Association. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Frank Johnson.
President Welch, members of the ESU Council of Trustees, members of the ESU Alumni Association Board of Directors, members of the ESU Foundation Board, our commencement speakers, Dr. Robert Naismith, Ms. Kelly Bahada, members of the President's Council, the academic deans, ESU faculty and staff, members of the Student Senate, fellow alumni, parents, family, friends, and most importantly, the graduated class of 2017. Good job. And seeking to get a better round of applause, I'm your last speaker of the day. Congratulations to each of you on obtaining that very important piece of paper that will forever identify you as an ESU alumnus. I can only imagine how many twists and turns your own personal journey has taken, but I totally believe it has prepared you for the future you are now embarking upon. You should be very proud of your accomplishments as they directly reflect upon your character, your work ethic, and your will to succeed. And not to mention the immense pride felt by those special people who have watched their child become a college graduate. I have no idea what your achievement signifies for you and your family. Maybe you're the first one to obtain a college degree, or continuing a family legacy in regards to higher education, or possibly the culmination of a decision to follow a new career path. Regardless, I salute all of you for bringing well-deserved honor to yourself and your family by earning that right to be sitting in that chair today. Personally, as retired local middle school educator and coach, it's very rewarding to see some of my former students receive their degrees today. So to everyone, well done. I represent the ESU Alumni Association and serve as the president of its board of directors. I welcome you to your now new club of over 40,000 fellow alumni spread throughout the country. The mission of the East Stroudsburg University Alumni Association is to engage, connect, support, and celebrate alumni and friends of ESU. I urge you to remain engaged to this place you have called home these past years by checking out the website from time to time through the Alumni Herald and other notifications. Even though you have now graduated, ESU should remain still a special place. I also urge you to remain connected with all those special people who have been a big part of your life these past few years. Graduation doesn't mean those relationships have to end. They are your own personal network and lifelong support system. Me, as Dr. Wells said, I'm a member of the class of '74. Yeah, do the math on that fact. And our group has been finding excuses to be together for the last 40 years. Back in the day, somebody at then East Stroudsburg State College thought it would be amusing to house 75 freshmen on the 3rd floor of Shawnee Hall. And to make it even more interesting, pack us in 3 to a room. To this day, I love these people I grew up with, and they will forever be extensions of my own family. I also urge you to continue to support and celebrate by returning to campus next October 20th. Put it in your phone right now, October 20th, for your first homecoming as an official alumni. Make homecoming for you a destination celebration for you and your friends to gather where you first forged those meaningful relationships and friendships. It doesn't end with graduation, it just might get better. Plus, I guess it will also give you the opportunity to see just how this place could possibly survive without you on campus. So once again, I offer a heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2017, and I look forward to seeing you back here in October for homecoming. Now, finally, it's your time to go out there, celebrate with those close to you. You not only earned it, you deserve it. Have a hell of a celebration.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Let's give a round of applause for the ESU Commencement Band. Thank you so much. And again, congratulations to the class of 2017. This is a proud day for ESU, for you, and for your families. On behalf of the faculty and staff of ESU, I extend our every wish for healthy and productive lives. In the years ahead, remember your alma mater. We need you to be here for us as we have been there for you. With your help and support, we will continue to provide future graduates with the foundations they need to be successful, as we know you will be in the years ahead. Again, congratulations, good luck on your chosen path, and as a symbol of your new status, please now move the mortarboard tassel from the right to the left. Now, will everyone please stand for the singing of the alma mater, led by ESU senior Destiny Washington. The lyrics, and I expect you all to be singing it. It's now your alma mater, so you have to sing it. The lyrics are on the inside of the back cover of your program.
Let's go, Destiny. Thank you.
Alma mater, thy hall so majestically stand in the midst of a landscape unique. Through the seasons we toy with our bodies and minds in pursuit of the wisdom we seek. A mystical charm binds thy children to thee. Each incoming class feels its spell. Those who leave thee regretful thy beauties recall, which deep in their memories dwell.
Thank you, Destiny. Will the audience and the graduates please be seated and remain seated until the platform party and the faculty have recessed. Again, we offer our very best wishes and congratulations to the class of 2017.